back to the SighSquad Pod. What's happening?
Yo, Brennan, I think you're cutting out. Wait, just kidding.
We're here.
We're here!
Yay!
Yay!
Wow. No more Skype calls, talking over each other, losing connection.
Well, we're still probably going to talk over each other.
Oh, yeah.
Mostly because I'm just going to do it despite you know that.
Oh.
That's fair.
Game
Ouch. Big ouch.
Yeah.
Kidding.
So, you want to get us started off? Soccer.
I do. So, as everyone knows, or should know, if you haven't been watching the MLS's back tournament...
Nope, not at all.
You haven't.
Nope.
You're missing out. Okay, so first and foremost, it's been really good so far. I was really worried about the quality of play. That has not happened. It's been good. There's been exciting games. It's been as good as it can be for players not playing in months. Of course, Nashville and who else said they were not playing?
Dallas,
yes. They decided, not play because they had a crap ton of COVID cases, but in the last round of MLS testing, 0 COVID cases, so that is awesome. So far the group winners, or play teams who advanced to their group, we've got Seattle, the Seattle Sounders, San Jose Earthquakes, Orlando City, Philadelphia Union, and Columbus Crew. So, do you have any questions about MLS's back tournament, I guess?
So what are the phases? Because I know it's the opening phase with all the groups playing, and then what comes next?
Okay, so as of this 8:30 this morning, they kicked off the first game of the last set of group stage games,
right,
which will conclude on Friday, I believe, and then they will jump into the knockout stages, where it goes to the single elimination tournament,
okay,
where you actually get eliminated and stuff. So, Ben.
Is this a sport that Minnesota can actually get a playoff team in?
Yes, absolutely. So Minnesota has been looking pretty good despite missing a few players. They beat Sporting Kansas City 2-1, despite missing Luis Amarilla, their top goal scorer, and their best midfielder in Ozzy Alonso, and their best defender, who's also the best defender in the league, and Iko Para, decided not to play. Still got a 2-1 win against Kansas City. We looked awful against RSL, and we still got a 0-0 draw, which, they played awful, so that was miraculous we even got to that point. They have a chance to officially clinch a knockout stage group if they win or draw against the Colorado Rapids.
Because I know Minnesota, their baseball teams, and I know their hockey teams, and I know their football teams, and...
No, Minnesota United is actually probably a top 5 team in the league right now, honestly.
Wow.
No biases in that comment I just made.
Because if there was bias, you'd be like, the best team by far, the rest of the players suck.
So I have a team who's probably the best team in the league right now, the Columbus Crew. Not LAFC. They can't defend after trading Walker Zimmerman. And clearly they don't need Carlos Vela, the Rating League MVP, because they have put up 9 goals in their 2 games.
It's pretty good.
That's really good. They're fine.
Have they
How many
played
home
anybody
runs?
necessarily great?
No, to be fair, no, they haven't. They're going to play Portland, and winner's going to decide... Actually, no, Portland already clinched the group. Oh, you forgot to put Portland on here, the Portland Timbers. It's okay. There's a lot of teams to keep track of.
Yeah.
But Portland clinched their group, but yeah, the LAFC, that'll actually be the best team LAFC play all year, because before the league shut down for a little bit, they played expansion team Miami, and who else did they play? They played a really bad team. Actually, that's a lie. They played Philadelphia, who's a good team, and they tied 3-3. And they have 2 goals against a really bad Houston team. We're actually down 2-0 for a while there. So I think LAFC trading Walker Zimmerman was a mistake. They can't defend, but it doesn't. I guess it doesn't really matter if you just put up more goals than the other team, which they are more than capable of doing. So Diego Rossi scored 4 goals against the LA Galaxy. He's a top 10 player in MLS right now. They still have Latif Blessing, who is a blessing for that team. But in terms of the most complete team, it's got to be the Columbus Crew. They have a good mix of defending. They have Milton Valenzuela back, who was injured last year. They also got to Kakuta Mane back. Say that 10 times fast. Kakuta Mane. And Jonathan Mensah, they're all back to lead that really good, that solid defense. They also got Darlington Nagbe to beef up their midfield. Lucas Zelarayan, who they acquired from Mexico this last offseason, is looking like the MVP of the league right now. So he's been a huge bright spot for that team. And of course, you have reliable Giazzi Zardes. So they're just probably the most complete team in MLS right now in terms of top to bottom.
Right.
Like they're honestly looking like the favorites to win this whole thing, in my opinion.
So what's their RBI percentage?
Their RBI percentage, it's not.
Yeah.
That's baseball. But you know why all these teams are doing so
Same
good?
thing, right?
Because Ben here plays for Nashville.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
tough.
if Nashville would be in there, all the other teams would look like garbage.
Did
I
Ben-
would have
puts
scored.
up at
I would have
least-
scored 10 goals, man.
Right.
By myself in one game.
See,
I would have even assumed 20.
See, what they don't tell you is if you pick up, you can throw the ball, and then people get so
Well,
confused.
Or you can pick up and truck through people and
Yeah.
just place it in the net.
You can do that.
You aren't allowed to pull knives on people. That I did.
Oh,
learn.
okay.
No knives on the field.
What if they don't see it?
They don't see it. It's not
But
illegal.
you don't need to
All
pull
right.
knives if you just cough and have people scatter.
That's true.
Oh. It's fair.
Yeah.
So, this tournament, so it gets over Friday, this first part.
Yes.
And then the actual tournament, does that start on Monday then?
That starts on Sunday, I believe.
Sunday.
I can confirm that as of right now. It doesn't take long, so there won't be as much dead time. Give me 1 second.
And are you talking like 2 days later Sunday? Or
No, it actually. So I lied. The first group stages conclude on Thursday, and then the knockout stage starts on Saturday. Like that's Saturday, the 25th.
Nice.
So it's
That's
boom,
quick
boom,
turnaround.
boom.
I want you in my room.
What?
What?
What's going on?
So that was a reference to this song.
Yeah. Even I knew that.
And as of right now, just score update: Philadelphia and Orlando, who are playing for top of the group. And the fact that I said Orlando in that sentence is weird because they're not very good. But for some reason, they're just like, we're just going to kick ass in this tournament.
Get lucky.
To be fair, they played a bad expansion Miami team, and they played NYCFC, who has only scored 2 goals all season, including the 2 games that they played before the season started,
Wow, that would
or
suck.
before the season stopped. So NYCFC is not playing very good right now. But I mean, they're playing Philadelphia, who I think is a top 10 team in the league, and they're 0-0 at the half. So I mean, that's damn Orlando, go off. Home field advantage.
There you, yeah.
That's what it
Yeah,
is.
that's what it is.
Oh, they're in Orlando.
It's in Orlando. Yes,
At
the tournament's in
Disney.
Orlando.
So all the Philly people just got COVID then. That's what happened.
True.
Well, from what I hear, it's not like it's like an amazing mythical place like it's going to be for NBA though.
No.
There's a lot more restrictions. It's hot, humid. They have to play outside.
Yeah, and unlike NBA, if you leave the bubble, you can come back. If you leave the bubble for MLS, you are not allowed to come back.
That's tough.
Chicharito is officially out of the tournament with a calf injury.
Oh man, I
What-
like Chicharito.
He's a bum. He's not very good.
That's not why I like it.
Oh no, I
It's
know.
okay.
I'm just saying he's a bum. Everyone's making a big deal about Chicharito, but he's not very good.
I just like his name.
Sounds like
We go
Cheeto.
back in the
Right.
archives. I could have swore you were high on Chicharito.
Yeah, and then I actually watched him play, and I'm like, oh, brother.
Way to flip flop there.
Yeah, no shit.
But from one tournament to the next, the TBT tournament, basketball tournament, was going on for the past couple weeks. It ended last week here. It was actually really good, and I think that's how the NBA probably will model their way to come back. It was kind of an ESPN exclusive tournament, but it was cool to see all the different teams with all different people from international to people who just got out of college, people who didn't quite make the NBA, people who've made the NBA then been cut from the NBA, and all these players kind of showing that they're still good.
Kind of like the XFL.
In a way, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think from this you could see a couple players actually get opportunities to play with the NBA, starting with, especially with that Nets team who half their team is gone. And some of the teams where players aren't coming back. I think a guy like Joe Johnson or Mike Dom who really showed themselves
That's the South Dakota guy.
in the tournament like some of the top people. I think they could definitely get a chance in the NBA. And then if they do good in the tournament, you never know. They could always be back.
Yeah, wasn't there a couple XFL guys that signed with the NFL?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like PJ Walker to the Chiefs.
Yeah.
No,
Nobody's going to talk about that.
He signed with Carolina. The guy who signed with the Chiefs, the throwing Samoan,
yeah.
the throwing Samoan Jordan Ta'amu.
I thought actually PJ Walker signed with Seattle.
No, he signed with Carolina.
So he actually has a chance to get a starting job?
No, because Teddy's there.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Well, I mean, technically, there's always a chance.
Always.
That's true. PJ Walker could just go in there and... Because, like, Russell Wilson wasn't supposed to start for the Seahawks, and now he's the second-best quarterback in the NFL.
Teddy could blow up his knee.
Teddy could hurt his knee again. PJ Walker's like... I mean, he did play... This will be his second time playing for Matt Rule, because Matt Rule was his coach at Temple.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Which is why they
That's
actually
why,
signed
yeah.
him. So, I mean, hey, if anybody would know the offense better than Teddy, it'd probably be PJ Walker.
That's true.
But Teddy will start for that team, unless he gets hurt.
Maybe.
Which he hasn't gotten hurt in... Well, he hasn't gotten hurt since his major injury, so,
Yeah.
I mean... And you can't say he hasn't played. I mean, he went 5-0 with the Saints.
That's true. Back to basketball, though, real quick. So the Golden Eagles won it all. They won the $1 million. They were kind of the favorites to win anyways. They kind of had more of the developed guys, whereas some of the other teams had, like, sideline kick cancer or something like that, had, like, lesser names, but more players who were, like, mid-level. So it was fun to watch, but...
Who are some players in the Golden Eagles that I would know?
That's a great question, Noah. Because the Golden Eagles didn't have... I think Joe Johnson might have been on it.
Okay.
But the Golden Eagles weren't necessarily yay people.
Right. I'll be honest, I did not watch the basketball tournament, so this is all new. You Google Golden Eagle. It's an actual
Sure.
Golden Eagle.
But yeah.
Hey.
So most of the guys are from Marquette.
Pop quiz. Where is Marquette?
Well,
Philadelphia.
Marquette was last on which XFL team were you hyping on?
What?
What?
You don't remember Marquette King?
Is it Wisconsin?
Marquette King?
You don't remember Marquette?
Oh yeah,
The
the
punter,
punter.
the
The
great
punter. Yeah. What team was he on?
He was on an XFL team.
Yeah, but
I think he
He's
was
on the Dallas Renegades.
Oh yeah.
Ew.
I miss the XFL guys.
I do too. I want it to come out. Let's just start our own football league.
There we go.
So,
Tennessee.
no, I think it's... where is Marquette? Is it...
It's not in Tennessee. It's not in Philly.
It's
Well-
Wisconsin, isn't it?
It is. It's in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Of all places.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's they play in the same arena as the Bucks. It's kind of a weird because like when I think of basketball schools, actually I shouldn't even say that because like the University of Wisconsin has a good basketball program. So it's like you have Marquette, you have Wisconsin, University of Wisconsin, Green Bay's made the tournament a few times.
Nice.
They're always contenders to win the Horizon.
But yeah, a lot of college players were in that tournament.
Yes.
So, and a lot of former college players.
Nice,
But so you might know some of them if they went to Marquette.
huh?
But speaking of basketball, the NBA is almost here. It starts next
Yay.
Thursday.
Yay!
A real sport, finally.
Sounds
Right.
like a slam dunk.
Wait, what? Did you say a real sport?
Yeah.
Wow. So we have the Battle of
Sad boy.
LA,
hours.
and then we have New Orleans versus the Jazz.
Utah.
versus Utah.
the Rudy Goberts.
Yeah. The COVID starters.
Jazz.
The Jazz.
The Jazz.
Jazz hands.
To start off the season on next Thursday, so that's going to be fun. We will have pick'ems for that,
We will.
so stay tuned for that.
Don't
next
miss
week.
it.
Zion, though, has left the bubble for personal reasons. He is going to return if he can, but I don't know if he'll be able to return before the season starts, given that it's a week away.
Yeah, and I presume the NBA will make him do some sort of quarantine period.
Right.
Returning to the bubble. I don't know, maybe they'll just test him and if he comes back negative, he'll be fine and they'll remit him.
Hopefully. But, yeah, Montrezl Harrell and a couple others also left the bubble for personal reasons or an injury or something.
So, yeah, one
That'll
person
come
leave
back.
it to pick up food or something got delivered.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone on the
76ers, I think.
yeah, I think it was the Sixers. Yeah, he like left the bubble to get food and
I can't blame them necessarily. Though.
I think you like left the bubble, but like by like a few feet. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like it was literally to go meet the DoorDash guy,
Yeah.
and then just to run back inside. But I was like leaving the bubble.
The snitch line.
The snitch.
Apparently,
dude, fuck the
that
snitch
line is actually like quite active, which makes me wonder who's the snitches in the NBA.
I don't know. I saw a pretty little funny thing about the snitch line the other day. It was like a little skit thing, and people keep calling it, and they're like, "The Patriots? No, this is the NBA snitch line. No, NFL one's a different number."
Yeah. Ouch.
Wow.
Why do I feel like Jimmy Butler? Oh wait, Jimmy Butler specifically said. Oh no, that's different. I feel like Jimmy Butler's a snitch.
Yeah, me too.
He would be a snitch, wouldn't he?
Yeah, but I feel like you also would have the likes of like Joel Embiid.
Yeah, Joel Embiid is a little bitch.
Oh, yeah. Ben
He's probably one
Simmons.
of the that reported it.
I feel like the starting lineup for the Sixers would be this.
I almost feel like I feel like the whole team of the Philadelphia 76ers are a bunch of little bitches, I think.
Kinda, in a way. But did you see Ben Simmons shooting threes on that practice court?
It almost got me almost excited.
Yeah, like
He
is
almost
gonna
looked
make
like a
another
real
one?
NBA player.
No, but like
Well,
Ben
but-
Simmons is not shooting game. That's why I don't think anything of it because I know he won't shoot during the games.
He's only made like one or two in his career.
Ben Simmons is a bum, by the way,
So-
guys. Ben Simmons is not very good.
He's making buckets though.
in practice when it doesn't matter.
Guys, Andre Blake. Off topic. Andre Blake's a fucking animal.
I don't know who that is.
He's the goalie for Philadelphia Union. He's an animal. He's easily been the best goalie in the tournament so far.
That's
Back to NBA. So sorry.
Yeah, you're all good. So, the NBA, they've been kind of setting up some amenities in the bubble, such as going boating, going through Disney,
yeah.
and having a barber
The
shop.
barbershop.
So, I mean,
God, I want LeBron to like how he does this like the shop or whatever.
Oh, right.
Please do one in the
oh,
barbershop.
that'd be so
Please
good.
do one in the barbershop.
But he can't get all of his friends.
He can. He can literally bring the whole Banana Boat crew except for D Wade.
D Wade could say he's there for reporting reasons, and I mean,
Just throw a mask on him and it's fine.
Yeah. You never know.
Make sure he's 6 feet away.
There you go.
And it's LeBron. Do you really think they're going to punish him?
No.
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 I
No.
would like to see that happen.
I would dare any commissioner, any coach to discipline LeBron. I'd love to see it. I wouldn't like. I don't want to see it, but I would love to see someone try.
Yeah, because I don't think that I think LeBron would take it more as a joke. Be like, "Ha, you think?
You thought?
See you later."
Yes,
But,
all right, I'll see you at 7 p.m. for my game.
Yeah.
Oh, cute.
They also announced that all their awards that they do every year, they're basing on pre-COVID, and so
Which I'm okay with.
yeah, so tournament play won't necessarily count. So it'll probably be Giannis, although there is a case for LeBron.
Honestly, wasn't LeBron in the MVP
was
race?
LeBron and Giannis.
Giannis. It's going to be
But-
one of those guys, but it's probably going to be Giannis with the stoppage of play. If they would have actually continued, if they would have, did it with
Yeah.
this whole, like, it could have been LeBron just because LeBron, this is where LeBron shines this time of year.
Yeah.
Playoff time and all that stuff.
When it matters.
When it matters, exactly. So it's probably going to be Giannis. Rookie of the year has to go to Ja. It just has to.
Kendrick Nunn.
I do like Kendrick Nunn, but it's not going to be Kendrick Nunn or Tyler Harrow.
I don't know. I could see Kendrick Nunn or Tyler Hero putting up a shot.
No, they probably
never
on TVH they probably won't even get a vote because it's either going to be unanimous for Ja or it's going to be unanimously Zion or Ja. But Ja should win it.
Oh, Josh should win it,
He should.
especially considering Zion didn't even.
Well, and that's why
Yeah.
Ja should win because you shouldn't punish Ja Morant, who's been a baller all year. Like, because there was never really a spurt in the season where he played less to where Zion kind of overtook. Like Zion came back and was great when he came back in. It's
Right.
just so was Ja Morant. So I feel like you shouldn't punish.
John never went down. Zion just went up.
Right, and not to mention Ja has been putting Memphis in a prime playoff position.
Right.
I want to flash back for a second. Remember, the first couple months of NBA when Luka was a part of the MVP race?
Yeah.
like Luka Doncic.
No, Luka Doncic is a top 5 player in the NBA. No cap.
Yep.
True.
The Mavs aren't a bad team either.
No.
At all. I think they're sleepers.
Yeah, I think Mavs can... Okay, a healthy Portland lineup won't be a fun team to play.
No.
They won't be fun to play. I think the Lakers are still not easily a better team, but...
It's
They got
Melo. It's Melo that's in Portland, right?
Yes, Melo's important. You have Melo, and obviously Dame's going to be back.
Yeah. Which
That's on
Dame is-
Whiteside.
Yeah.
CJ McCollum.
Yep. But Melo lost a bunch of weight.
Melo's looking
Ooh,
like
Melo's looking
lean.
good.
Melo's looking lean, bro. He's gonna be on a mission. He's trying to catch that first chip.
Maybe. We'll see what happens. But, yeah, I'm excited for basketball to come back.
Yes, I am
He
too.
really sounds scary on paper.
Who?
The Portland.
Yeah.
Yeah, on paper.
Like you
We'll
list
see
off
what
the names,
happens.
and I'm like, really?
It's just the problem is they just can't defend.
No.
They just can't. And that's weird because they have Hassan Whiteside. You think they would be able to defend,
Yeah.
but they can't.
Well, talking about defending.
DC Defenders?
No, I'd like to see you defend the Madden ratings.
Aaron Rodgers is not an 89. There's no universe where Tom Brady should have a higher rating than Aaron Rodgers.
In the stage of their career, especially,
Yeah.
no chance.
Like,
Because
4 years ago, okay. This year, 2020, absolutely not.
The thing is, though, okay, yeah. I thought you were talking about, like, the rating of 89. Like, no, there should never be a point in Rodgers' career except for his rookie and, like, when he wasn't playing where he should have an 89.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers should always be a 90. Aaron Rodgers, to me, is still a top 5 QB in the NFL. He's 5 of 5, but he's top 5.
He's number 6 in Madden ratings.
Ew.
Because it's Mahomes, Wilson, Jackson, Breeze, Brady, Rodgers.
Which I do not like.
And then Deshaun Watson's an 86.
Which I'm okay with Watson being an 86, but I would still take Rodgers over Watson at this stage.
I'd take Watson over Brady.
I would take Watson over Brady easily.
I feel like Brady should have had a 84 and 86.
I feel like Brady should have just retired so we didn't have to talk about this.
Oh.
You would think.
I think Brady just got that veterans boost.
Yeah, he got the fan appeal boost.
Yeah. Because everybody went from hating Brady for 20 years to now everybody loves Tom. Except for if you're a Patriot fan and then you're like, fuck that Tom guy. Tom who?
See, the thing is like, so what was Brady for his rating?
90.
And that's more understandable than Rob Gronkowski. Are you kidding me with that rating?
Right? Honestly, all the tight end ratings are awful because it goes Kittle and Kelsey 98, 97. Okay with. Gronk 95? What?
You mean to tell
Ertz,
me...
90?
That's what I'm saying. You mean to tell me that Rob Gronkowski is, in theory, 2 pegs below Travis Kelce and
Right.
3 below the best tight end in football, arguably?
And he's the
No.
third, and he's the third. Not only is he the third highest tight end, he's 5 pegs above Zach Ertz.
Which is ridiculous!
Why would you ever pick Gronk over Zach Ertz?
I don't even think Gronk's going to be that great this year. He'll be fine, but, like...
Okay, but like, if you back it up to a few years ago, like I'm
Yep.
talking when he played.
Yep,
back
a few
then,
years ago.
I would pick Gronk over probably anybody on this list.
Oh, yeah, yep. But it's Madden 21.
Yeah,
Gronk hasn't played in 2 years.
he won't
He
be
should-
able to have pot until like 3 weeks after the preseason.
He should not be in 95.
No.
That is ridiculous.
But if it happens, like if he balls out, I wouldn't be that surprised.
And you know what's worse? He's going to ball out and those ratings just might go up.
Oh, yeah.
God, I hate that.
Gronk should be like an 85.
Another rating I didn't like, I thought Greg Olsen was too high at 86.
Yes, I
mean,
agree.
at this stage of Greg Olsen's career, sure, he'll probably catch a couple touchdown passes, but
Yeah.
he's...
Well, good luck him trying to stay on the field.
Yeah,
lately.
right. He's not a top 10 tight end anymore. He's
No,
just not.
gosh, no. Gosh,
Even
no.
though he's the, 7th or 8th tight end on this list.
I think Dallas Goddard's a better tight end right now than Greg
Yeah.
Olsen.
I
think
really
Dallas
like...
Goedert's underrated.
I really like
Oh.
Jared Cook at 87. I think he deserved it.
Yeah, I think so too.
Mark Andrews 86 was fine. Darren
Yeah.
Waller 85. I thought was okay too.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, the only major issues I really had was just the Gronkowski thing.
Yeah.
Because even if like Zach Ertz was like a 90, 91, it's like okay, a little low, but whatever. But then you have Gronk just
5
95.
spaces above her,
which
it's
is
ridiculous.
gross. It's purely disgusting.
I think one of the other really big outrages is Minka Fitzpatrick not being a top 10 safety.
Which
Yeah.
is ridiculous. He's a top 5 safety in football.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Jamal Adams isn't even the number one.
Which
No.
he's the
Jamal Adams is 4.
Jamal Adams is a top 5 defensive player in the NFL, let alone the best safety.
Not according to Matt,
He's
obviously.
arguably like the second best defensive player, second or third.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could argue it.
Because like,
Aaron Donald's number 1 without question.
yeah, you could throw in like different options for number 2,
Like Khalil Mack, Stephon Gilmore.
According to Madden, the top 4 defensive players are Aaron Donald in 99,
Fair.
Stephon Gilmore in 99,
Fair.
Bobby Wagner in 98,
Fair.
and J.J. Watt in 98.
That's disgusting.
That
See,
is
I don't know
disgusting.
how J.J. Watt still gets that rating and gets treated like he's like fantastic, prime, not injured J.J. Watt.
Yeah, so
And I don't understand.
J.J. Watt is the second highest rated defensive end. Donald obviously being the first.
Right.
And then Cam Jordan 96. Okay
Fine,
with
fine with that.
Calais Campbell 95. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Miles
good. Like-
Garrett 93. Okay,
Good job, man.
but
you
not
did
J.J. Watt.
not JJ Watt.
No.
No. And another thing I did not like. Do you guys want to guess how many pegs Tre'Davious White was below Stephon Gilmore?
A lot. Actually.
10.
10?
10.
Yeah,
How?
Like I get it. Stephon Gilmore's a 99, but 10?
yeah.
Davis White should be probably about a 95.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Tre'Davious White is the 5th highest corner.
Who's ahead of him?
Gilmore's 99. Jalen Ramsey's number 2 at 94.
Okay, bias.
Richard Sherman is number 3
Yuck.
at 92. Jerry Alexander's a 90 at number 4. And Tre'Davious White's also a 90 at number 5.
I mean, no offense. Don't get me wrong, Jair Alexander is really good, but Tre'Davious White's the second best DB in football.
Oh, yeah. I think Jalen Ramsey and Tre'Davious White should just switch on this list.
What?
And it should go Gilmore, White, Sherman.
If I had to re-rank
Yeah.
them, Gilmore, White, Ramsey, who else was in?
Sherman.
Sherman. And,
Alexander.
Oh, I put Sherman at 5 easy. I don't think Richard Sherman is as great as everyone says he is.
I just don't think he has the speed.
Yeah, exactly.
And then 6 through 10 is Casey Hayward, Marlon Humphrey, Byron Jones, Darius Slay, and Pat Pete is number 10.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, I thought it was fine, too.
That's a fine list.
And this is one of the things I don't like about the Madden ratings, and the cornerbacks does this, is there's such big drops in talent. You go 99, 94, and then it's 94, 92, 90, whatever. But there's a couple other positions where, like, I think middle linebacker is a really good example. Yeah, it goes 98, 90. There's such a big jump. There's no mid-tier 90s. It goes Bobby Wagner 98, Lamonte David 90, Eric Kendricks 89, Dante Hightower 88.
Right.
To be fair, though, if you look at the NFL right now, middle linebacker is not like a prime position.
That's fair.
Like,
There's not, yeah.
and
I mean,
same thing with like, if you look at tight end, there's a lot of middle ground.
yeah.
There's
Because
not a lot.
it's like Kittle and Kelsey, and then there's like a toss-up of wherever you want
Zach
in there.
Ertz probably needs to be up more. I agree with
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
on
I'd
that.
put
Oh, yeah,
There's
Zach
a
Ertz,
lot more
Kelsey,
middle
Ertz.
ground.
Yes.
Another good example of this outside linebacker, you got 2 97s, Mack and Miller, which is okay.
Okay.
Chandler Jones 95. He's one of the, I think he's
Fair,
one of the best
fair,
linebackers. So then it's Demario Davis at 89.
He was an All-Pro last year. He should
I don't
be
hate
in the
that.
90s.
And then it's Zadarius Smith at 88, Kyle Van Noe 86, TJ Watt 86, Darius Leonard 85, Shaquille Barrett 85.
TJ Watt is
and
the
Preston
biggest
Smith.
disrespect,
I feel like so too.
Yeah.
TJ Watt. Well, TJ Watt. I would take TJ Watt over JJ at this point.
And then Preston
Oh,
Smith
easily.
rounds out the top 10.
Who rounds up the top 10?
Preston Smith is an 84.
Yeah.
He's the 10th.
That's fair.
I thought that was fair too.
I
Yeah.
think TJ Watt deserves a 90. I mean,
I agree. I think he should be a
Demario
90.
Davis definitely could use,
A
bump
boost.
or two.
Yeah, I agree.
But like, yeah, it'll be a lot of. I like how a lot of the players are reacting, where they're like, "Well, I'm gonna prove to you I deserve higher."
Right.
But
That's
there's
what,
a lot that are like, F this, like F that, like I'm not letting my kids play this game. Well, no, it's actually Lil Wayne that won't let his kids play Madden because of the ratings.
I know I'm a little biased, but I think Zadarius Smith should be higher than 88.
At 90,
I
91.
like Zadarius
I
Smith
could
at
see him
88.
going up a couple bucks.
I mean, he led the league in pressures and had 15 and a half sacks last year.
Yeah. No,
I like him at 88.
I think he should be a couple picks higher. A thing that I don't really like either is Patrick Mahomes doesn't have a 99 throw power.
Yeah, doesn't
Yeah.
Isn't Josh Allen the highest
How did-
throw
yeah,
power?
Yeah, 'cause he has a
I get
99.
Allen can throw the
Allen
ball.
has a cannon.
He
Yeah,
just
so
isn't
does Patrick
accurate.
Mahomes.
I think so. Patrick Mahomes got 97 throw power.
Yeah.
He has a 97. He should have a 99.
I personally don't think.
Why?
Because-
Why? Give me a good reason why.
In comparison, right?
No, give me a good reason why Patrick Mahomes. I don't want to compare anything to Josh Allen. Because first off, we already know who the better quarterback is.
Josh Allen.
Patrick Mahomes.
We'll get some stats. We'll get some stats.
No stats.
No.
We're talking about pure throw power. Give me a reason why Patrick Mahomes shouldn't be a 99.
Patrick Mahomes is a 99
Because
overall.
Patrick Mahomes isn't the
So?
cover. It's Lamar Jackson.
Stop.
Who got
No, seriously.
disrespected.
Does everyone want to give me a reason why Patrick Mahomes shouldn't have a 99 throw power? Now,
Because
again,
he doesn't have the highest throw power.
He doesn't.
In the NFL.
no, why? Why not? Why shouldn't he? Why
Because
should?
it deserves. Josh Allen deserves 99
No.
throw power.
So why isn't Patrick Mahomes?
Because he doesn't have
Because
the
Josh
same
Allen
arm.
throws
What?
it
What are you talking about?
more
I think Mahomes
further.
has a better arm than Josh Allen.
Not power wise.
I would say power wise, Mahomes has a cannon.
No.
Yeah, but so does Josh Allen easily.
Yeah, but
I
the difference between Mahomes, obviously this is accuracy, but Josh Allen can throw the ball as deep as he wants, but he's not
That's what
accurate.
I'm saying. That's why it's.
But again, why is it Patrick Mahomes a 99 for throw power? I get Josh Allen as a cannon of an arm. Let's just disregard Josh Allen out of this. Why isn't Patrick Mahomes a 99 throw power?
Because he's not the best. He's not the.
He
Hardest
doesn't
thrower.
have the best. He does not have.
And the way Madden works, they do it the one guy.
I'm not even
throw
saying
power.
Mahomes has to be the best. Again, Allen having 99 is fine, but why doesn't it's okay to have two guys that have a 99? That's okay.
Not in Madden ratings. Do you see it?
But you're literally arguing over a individual score rating that's two less.
No, because none of you guys
Which that will play zero difference.
But
in
no,
the
but
game.
but it's just stupid logic.
But he already has 99s at most of the accuracies.
Right,
So
but
it
he should have
doesn't
a 99 throw power because he has one of, if not the best arm in the NFL. If he's not first, he's second. And I would take Mahomes over Allen.
Of course you would.
I would. Josh Allen's not that great.
One rankings that one position
No one
group.
gave me a good reason. Still, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
One position group that got kind of a lot of hate, I thought was okay, was the wide receivers. Michael Thomas, obviously being a 99, I'm okay with. I mean, D-Hop and Julio Jones are both below him, but they're 98 and 97, so they're not, like, insanely less than Michael Thomas.
I mean, I personally don't think Michael Thomas should have been a 99, but that's just my personal opinion about how I think of him as a player. But
He did set the record for most catch.
no, and I agree, but I personally don't think Michael Thomas is the best receiver in football. So that's just
I don't either, actually.
But that's literally just my personal. I just don't think he's the best receiver in football. But I get why you give him a 99 because he is insanely good. I just don't think he's the best receiver in football.
So it's Thomas, Hopkins, Jones, 99, 98, and 7.
Yeah, that's fine.
Rounding out the top 5 is Tyreek Hill at 96 and Devontae Adams at 94.
And that's fine.
Yeah, I thought. And honestly, the whole list, it goes Cooper, Evans, Stephon Diggs, Keenan
Hey,
Allen,
yes, do
OBJ.
you want to know who else is in the top 10?
Stephon Diggs.
Diggs.
I love that, actually. I was
Stephon
like,
Diggs.
oh.
Stephon Diggs is a top 10 receiver in football. So
The SighSquad Pod definitely thinks he's better than an F.
well, yeah, that's just a given.
Well, not from everybody. Listen to the archives to find out what we're talking about.
Listen to the archives. That's all I gotta say.
But no, I'm not hating it. I thought some of the rookies also. It was weird to see how they ranked the rookies.
Yeah, rookies are always interesting though because you can be like Joe Burrow. Like in Joe Burrow's case, he's like one of the best. He's the best prospect, whatever.
Right.
But just because he hasn't played in the NFL, it's kind of hard to rate these guys.
Yeah.
I mean, you can base off college tape, but playing in college is vastly different than the NFL.
You know who
Right.
did get disrespected though as well? Speaking of, he's not a rookie. Kyler Murray.
Yeah,
I'm
very.
low on the Cardinals, but come on, a 77
Yeah, he
for the reigning rookie of the
he
year.
definitely could have been higher.
Come on, put him in the 80s, at least.
84 was the last of the. Was the 10th place QB, and that's Carson Wentz.
Listen,
For comparison.
you guys know my opinion about Carson Wentz, but I think he should be higher.
I think Kyler deserves higher than Carson.
I
I don't. Think
I think
so.
he deserves the
I
same
don't-
level at least.
do
No.
not.
I think I know 77's low, but it should be too low. But I think maybe 80 would have been fair, at least basing off the other players. If you put Deshaun Watson at 86, you can't put Kyler Murray as an 84 because I think there's such a big jump there. And
Yeah.
Prescott and Wentz at 84 is. I think about right.
I think Prescott at 84 is perfect for Dak Prescott.
I think it's perfect for both of them there at 84.
Well, I think Carson Wentz is better than Dak Prescott, so by that theory, I think you at least got to put him higher than Dak Prescott, but that's just my opinion.
I would want Wentz over Prescott, but comparing their ratings side by side, I feel like they're probably pretty similar, so I'm okay with it.
So,
1-0
I know you
Philadelphia.
didn't want to talk about stats, Noah, But
He pulled up them stats, though.
throwing speed from Next Gen Stats in comparison
Ooh, he pulled up them
between
next gen.
He did.
Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen. Patrick Mahomes throws the ball 15.16 miles per hour. Josh
Faster than
Allen.
I can run.
Josh Allen.
Run. Oh, that's me too. Ew.
Josh Allen topped off a 74.3 mile per hour.
That's a little faster than I can run, too.
Wait, so Patrick Mahomes had a 15 miles per hour.
That doesn't make sense.
That doesn't make sense at all.
So,
Try again.
Was he 15 miles an hour less than Josh Allen? That would maybe...
That'd make a little
Or
more
is it-
sense.
That would make a little more sense. Then it'd be
Or
like
is it
60
Mahomes' average is 15 and Josh Allen's highest ever is 70 something?
Maybe.
Still not. Update. Ilsinho with the goal. Philadelphia up 1-0. So far, they are about to win the group.
See, Philadelphia. While you look up that fixed stat, Washington team to be determined, to be announced.
Yeah, so obviously Redskins is out. I was reading a thing the other day about apparently somebody in Washington has other names.
Yeah, like 20 of them.
Copyright. I think Warriors was on that list of
Yeah.
copyright names, and I think Red Foxes was one?
Red Fox,
Red Wolves.
Red Wolves was as one of them too.
Red Tails is copyrighted by somebody.
Which, by the way, dick move by that guy, by the way.
Right?
Oh,
like,
he
I
was
think
gonna-
they...
he
Oh,
was gonna give it to
Orlando
him
just
for
tied
free.
it.
Orlando... Oh, what a good
Wow.
game.
This is a barn burner,
Yeah.
guys. Luis Nani with the goal. Vintage.
I'm sitting here
So-
watching a shitty Raw, and you're watching a good soccer game.
So I'm not really sure the direction that we'll be going. I kind of expected it already by now. I mean, as we inch closer and closer to the year, I feel like they're going to try to get it out as fast.
Right.
You would think they're trying to get it as fast as possible. 'Cause
Well,
they got to make jerseys, they got to make merch, they got to change the stadium.
They also got a group, like, get the copyright solidified,
Yeah.
though.
Well, and I think that's why they're having the issues, because of the copyright stuff. Which is by, again, dick move by whoever did that.
Hey,
To be fair,
props
he
to
was
him.
going to give them whatever name they wanted for free, but all they had to do was call him because he's a fan, and they were like, "No, fuck you."
Oh, well.
Yeah,
that's-
he wanted to feel special on the...
And so they
Yeah,
said,
old
"Well, now
Schneider
we're gonna
doesn't
have to
know
talk
that.
money."
But yeah, so I'm curious to see what that gets named. But they're also in some shit with some...
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're a
whole
mess.
sexual harassment stuff
Yeah,
has come out recently. Against,
Supposedly a ton of other things that wasn't in the article.
yeah, there's been a whole lot of red flags with the
Yeah.
Redskins recently.
Which sucks, but sadly, when it first came out, I was like, damn, maybe Dan, before it was officially whatever, I
Yeah.
was like, Dan Snyder needs to be removed. They just need to make him sell the team.
Yeah.
But after it was what it was, obviously he probably had knowledge of it, but it wasn't him himself that did it, so I don't know how the NFL could force him to sell the team.
See,
But-
I still think Dan Snyder needs to not be the owner of that team.
I agree.
Well,
While
agree.
it wasn't directed Dan Snyder, it was a lot of his not only board members but very close acquaintances. It was
Right.
the people directly under him.
Right.
There's no way that Dan Snyder did not
He knew
know
about it, he
this
just
stuff.
didn't partake.
I honestly,
Right, but
article,
the fact that you still know and don't do anything about
And-
it is still just as criminal, in my
now
opinion.
the article didn't necessarily name Dan Snyder, but I feel like if there's that much harassment going on in the workplace and it's so many
It
people
starts
around
somewhere.
Dan Snyder's got to be involved at some point.
Right.
Now, nobody's necessarily said Dan Snyder's name, nobody's reported Dan Snyder.
Right.
But if it's that close to Dan Snyder and all these people high up in the Redskins, I feel like Dan Snyder's got to be part of it. And
Oh, I agree.
Right.
that I think that's unacceptable from an NFL owner and from the whole
Oh, it's
organization.
definitely
itself.
Yeah,
unacceptable. I just
absolutely.
don't see how your buddy Roger Goodell can come out and take the team, because if
I
you
think
know
he can.
Roger Goodell,
I think
he's
you can make
kind
a case
of...
for it.
I think Roger Goodell could definitely do it.
And not even this, just the way he's run the team as a very proud, historic team in general, and how he's run it into the ground. And then
That
you have
is
all of
true.
this. And again, even if he didn't do anything, the fact that he knew about it, in my opinion, is still just as
Right.
criminal. Like, you need to take ownership to
Plus,
that.
this isn't the first time that and Redskins fans have called for Dan Snyder to be gone.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
true, they do it all the time.
Even in the
Trevor
this is a little bit
Williams,
unrelated.
cancer.
In the past, I remember Dan Snyder. I watched a thing talking about Dan Snyder in the past, talking about the Redskins name, and how he said he's never going to
Never
change the
gonna change
name,
it, yep.
and it's all this stuff. He needs to be gone. And I feel like if you're a Redskin fan right now and you look at the state of the team,
I'm
I would
sorry.
want Dan Snyder gone too.
Right, I don't see many Redskins fans supporting
No,
Dan
Dan
Snyder.
Snyder.
No, I don't
Or
think
even supporting. I think they all support the name change too.
Oh,
which
yeah.
I was kind of
I've
surprised
seen,
by, but I
I've seen
like.
a lot of fans like on Twitter and stuff talking about how they support the name change.
Yeah.
Because they want a more progressive team, and with the whole name change, if they were to get rid of Dan Snyder, they could have such a culture change that
That's right. Like
They
they
they could
yeah.
turn the whole team around.
That's right. Like sometimes you just need like this rebrand.
Yeah.
Like could just be the start of just something that they need to turn shit around. But I think it has to start. You can change the colors, change the team name, but until as long as Dan Snyder is still taking charge of everything, it's not going to matter.
No, it's not.
I think one person that does have a chance to change things a little bit at least is bringing in Ron Rivera. He's a very respected guy as it is, and I think he holds people to a certain standard that
he's a no BS guy.
People won't. Yeah.
And it's not like he hasn't dealt with drama before. He had Cam Newton for however many years.
And so I think if anybody's going to change it around right now, I think Ron Rivera has a good chance.
I 100% agree.
Especially going in with the circumstances he has.
Yeah.
Where he's, like, the main focus of, like, everything positive.
Yeah, Ron Rivera can get the team focused. He's very capable of that. And, like, Washington has some good talent on that team.
They really do.
Like the Washington's defense is, again, I will stand by it, could be a sneaky top 10 defense in the NFL.
Well, their offense isn't that bad. They got Terry McLaurin, they got guys.
It all just depends on what Dwayne Haskins is going to do. Like, it all comes down to him. If he doesn't make any improvement, that offense is fucked.
I actually saw an interesting thing the other day talking about how if Dwayne Haskins starts doing bad, Ron Rivera has talked about how much he loves Kyle Allen?
Kyle Allen. From the,
there's a chance that Kyle Allen could win that starting job over Dwayne Haskins if he doesn't.
Right. And the thing is I don't think Kyle Allen can be your franchise guy. I just don't.
I don't
But if he needs to start for a transition year, fuck it.
If Dwayne Haskins continues to struggle, and I think bringing the fact that Ron Rivera is a new coach, and he's the one that had originally worked with Kyle Allen, I think it's going to give Kyle Allen the edge.
Oh, the edge easily. I think what sucks for Dwayne Haskins is he was thrown into a shitty
and that is fair. He was thrown into a really bad offensive line that'll get worse now that Trent Williams is gone to San Francisco.
He didn't have a really reliable run game other than Terry McLaurin breaking out. He didn't have any really receivers.
Right, exactly.
He really got thrown into one of the worst situations.
Right, which is kind of I feel bad because it could turn into a whole Josh Rosen situation.
Yeah.
To where he's just thrown into the fire in a really shitty situation, to where it's like, God, like throw him a bone a little bit, it's just a tough because Dwayne Haskins did not look good last year, but I always kind of defended him. So I'm just like, who name a lot? Who would look good in that situation? Like you can't really name it. You can't name a lot.
Well, yeah,
you can't name a lot.
No, not a lot, but there are some quarterbacks.
I agree.
They wouldn't either, but they wouldn't look as good as they should.
No,
right? Like they would still lead the team to victories. But like I said, that's. I can maybe name, without even thinking, I can name, 4, 5 if I'm really,
Yeah.
Because, Mahomes, Wilson.
I think Aaron Rodgers, but...
Rodgers. I think Carson Wentz could because he's used to playing with a shitty team around him because of injuries.
Maybe
but that's really about it.
Maybe Deshaun Watson?
I don't think so.
Deshaun Watson's played with probably one of the worst offensive lines since entering this league. Now, he has had good weapons, though, to be fair.
I'm curious to see what he does this year without D-Hop.
He will have Brandon Cooks, but not on the same level.
He'll have good receivers. The only thing is I've talked about this before, is, between Brandon Cooks, Kenny Stills, and Will Fuller. First off, Will Fuller can't stay healthy. They can never... What, Brendan?
You're missing a wide receiver there.
Kiki Conte?
Oh, Kiki Kuti. They're all similar players. They're all literally the same type of receiver, to where there's going to be no
Cobb.
Oh yeah.
They got Randall Cobb. They're fine. They got Randall Cobb.
He's the most forgettable guy.
Like I said, they don't have bad receivers, but it's just going to be so easy to figure out because they're all similar type of players. None of those guys are crazy deep ball threats. That eliminates the big play, which can be fine if you can get a bunch of yak yards. But you get up against physical DBs that can keep them at the line or that are good at tackling. You got them. You got them wrapped up.
Yeah.
Right. Which they have, I think, 2 in their own division that you can call on. So.
Don't worry, guys. They got David Johnson.
I forgot.
I remember
Texans win the bowl.
I remember whenever I was freaking out about drafting him first in fantasy.
Oh, yeah, a couple weeks ago. I drafted him first 1 year in fantasy.
And then...
Worst mistake of my life.
Yeah.
Well, you got injured that year.
Yeah.
But going back to talking about deep balls, I have the actual numbers now.
Okay.
Recorded throwing speed, fingertip speed for Patrick Mahomes, fastest is 62. It's called the fingertip speed.
Jesus.
It's 62 miles per hour in comparison to the 73.4.
I love NFL.
But Madden
Keep
is
track of this.
also based off of a lot of what they did in the combines. Josh Allen set the record at the combine throwing that same 62. But then beat it in the regular season. On top of that, Josh Allen had the longest air time for a pass in this last year with a 63.8 yards in the air. Patrick Mahomes had the 8th with 60.3, but people do like to bring up the fact that he did have a 68.6 air time in the preseason, which nobody counts because it was preseason.
That still doesn't change my mind of how he shouldn't be a 99.
Josh,
Again, I'm not even saying Josh Allen shouldn't be a 99. I'm just saying, why isn't Patrick Mahomes?
Because there's a difference of 11 miles per hour in their max.
That is the
11 miles per hour. That's
Is
more
that
than...
is that or is that not the dumbest thing in the world?
If you're
for
looking
2
into
points,
it,
99.97, that makes sense.
it's fair.
I think it's fair, too.
I still think it should be a 99.
Okay, Tyreek Hill runs 23 miles per hour, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Somebody with 10 less speed runs 11 miles per hour.
That's
Okay.
like I guess that's
Josh
like
Allen
you
to
compared
Patrick
to Tyreek.
Mahomes.
I guess.
Josh Allen compared to Patrick Mahomes is that same difference.
I still think it should be a 99. Yeah, he has Tyreek Hill who can like just break away speed.
Tyreek Hill doesn't even have the fastest speed rating in Madden.
Who does?
Henry Ruggs.
And that's fair because
Yes.
Henry Ruggs is really fast.
Yeah, but he's not very good, so that's okay.
We'll
And
see.
plus, it's going to be Mariota week 4 anyways. We're okay.
It's just such a bummer. I love Derek Carr.
Are you expecting Derek Carr to get injured, or just the Raiders?
No, they're
bench
going to
or
bench
trade
him. They're going to bench him. They
No,
don't like.
I can see him benching.
He don't like Derek Carr.
They just don't like Derek Carr.
Like Derek Carr's
John
going to
Gruden.
throw.
John Gruden, yeah.
Derek Carr's going to throw like 2 incomplete passes a game. John's just going to look at him and be like,
Yeah.
sit on the bench.
Well, he's going to get
His receiver could drop a ball and he's just like, God damn it, Derek, you couldn't throw a better ball to him?
right? Because they hate on her. They hate on her.
I don't get why.
I
think
don't
he's-
either. I've never disliked him.
I think Derek Carr is a top 15 QB in the NFL.
I
Top
think
15.
if you give him the chance.
Yeah, no shit.
I think around, I would say probably 15 to 20, but
I would say top 15. Now he's like 13 to 15 range, but like top 15.
I got cut off a little bit earlier when I was talking about the Patriots, what they have available for potential quarterbacks.
Hey,
Matthew
we're getting
Stafford.
the Patriots later.
Matthew Stafford's on the list next year.
Damn, I love that.
Like, if I've been thinking about that too. If I am the Cowboys, or like the Patriots, or like, I don't know, the Colts,
Why would I settle for?
why would I not just go get Matt Stafford next year? You give Matt Stafford a good team.
You give Matt Stafford a weapon.
what's
Yeah.
the chance
Well, he
Matt
has
Stafford
weapons.
stays in Detroit, though?
I think 42%.
I think he's gone after this year.
I think they have
Because
to
I think
do
Detroit,
something special.
I think Detroit is in a different direction. They're obviously rebuilding, and you're not going to rebuild, but with a I mean, Matt Stafford's not old, but like
They're going to go after Josh Allen.
How old is Matt Stafford?
32, 33.
So, prime for quarterbacks.
Yeah, he's definitely entering his prime.
He's
probably.
32.
Yeah, the thing is though, is like when you're a rebuilding team, you
Right.
can't keep guys like that, paying them all that money. You need to just start young. So I don't think he's going to stay much longer after this year. I would love to see him on the Colts. I would love to see it.
I would love to see him on the
I would
Colts,
love to see him on the Cowboys.
I think for the Colts though, it really just depends on Phillip Rivers
Yeah, because
if he retires or not.
he does got that prove it. He's got the prove it deal, but if he balls out this year, they probably
Yeah,
stick
it's
with
2
him.
year.
Yeah, so if he balls out, I don't see them necessarily going out for another.
Right,
year.
but I think Dallas should be like if Dak Prescott doesn't re-sign with Dallas and Matt Stafford's out on the market, I think Dallas is the easiest choice for me.
Right.
Deshaun
You don't
Watson's
think they'll just
also
stay
gonna
with
be a
Andy
free
Dalton?
agent.
Deshaun Watson.
I don't. I think
He's
Dallas.
getting tagged.
Watson probably will
But
get tagged.
he might not sign it at this rate.
You don't
May
need
not.
to. That doesn't mean he's gonna play.
If I'm Watson, I don't play another snap for the Texans personally.
No. Oh, I
I don't
wouldn't
play.
either.
I literally just because like what's gonna happen is Watson takes one bad hit from that shitty offensive line and he's hurt again. It's gonna be another Andrew Luck situation. If I am Deshaun Watson, I would have demanded a trade the minute they traded D-Hop.
Yeah, I would have too.
I would have been like, fuck you, I'm out of here.
Well, I think he thought about it. Obviously.
Deshaun Watson's too prideful of a guy, which I love him for it, but it's what's going to hold him back from his true potential.
Yeah. Well, speaking of franchise tags, the franchise tag deadline passed last Thursday.
Yeah. Just
Everybody signed except for Yannick Ngakoue.
which
Chris
doesn't
Jones
surprise.
surprisingly got a deal.
Yeah,
Makes
I'm
us
surprised they got
Patrick
that done
Mahomes.
last second too.
Yeah.
For who?
Chris Jones.
Chris Jones.
Fun fact I saw. So Patrick Mahomes, Chris Jones, Patrick Mahomes sent him a text.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah, I left money on the table. Let's get this deal done. Which blows my mind because I'm like, wait a minute. They were going to give him more?
Right.
They were going to pay him more money?
So if you add up Chris Jones' deal to Patrick Mahomes' deal,
What did Chris Jones get?
30, 40.
It's 4 years, 60 million, I think.
There you go.
So we would have got a 560.
Well, he may have not gotten the whole extra.
Well, no, but
15,
still,
he
but just
would've
that
gotten
extra-
extra 5, 10.
550. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. Because what is
Just
it?
imagine you're being Chris Jones. You just get this text just from Mahomes. I left money on the table.
You
Yeah, I'd
better
be
take the deal.
Take the deal, brother. Let's run it back.
That's a great quarterback and asset for your team, though.
Yeah, and honestly, like that, like obviously he took a lot of money, but the fact that he left even more on the table still proves what leader Patrick Mahomes is,
Right.
and that's what's going to help Mahomes in the. Because honestly, like I wouldn't be surprised if a few years down the road Mahomes restructures his contract and just gets more money to get good players. That would not surprise me.
Right,
Patrick
he does
Mahomes is
what?
that kind of guy. And then after this 10 years are up, he'll just sign cheap Tom Brady deals.
Or if you even look at it, like if the NFL could bounce back from a potentially low year this year, the salary cap is going to continue to just rise.
Yeah.
So there's a chance that Patrick Mahomes drops out of the top 10 towards the end of his contract.
Yeah, probably. I actually was thinking that too. By the 10 years down the line, you can see quarterbacks making such much more money. That's ridiculous. Fun fact, really quick: Chris Jones was tied for 5th for the highest rated pass rush grade.
Yeah, Chris Jones.
Chris Jones is a beast.
He tied with Chandler Jones at 5.
And you kind of need Chris Jones because without Chris Jones,
he's one of the centerpieces of your defense.
he's one of two good defense players on the Chiefs, Tyrann Mathieu and Chris Jones.
Yeah.
And if Chris Jones wouldn't have been on the Chiefs, they probably would have been the worst front seven in the NFL.
Yeah.
I'm actually with his contract. I think in his contract was 5 years, $60 million. I'm gonna double check that real quick.
Yeah.
But I was actually when I first saw that he was gonna get a deal, I was worried it's really more because next year the Packers have to pay Kenny Clark, who was the seventh highest pass rusher grade among defensive linemen last year.
Well, I got yours. I'll solve that right for you right now. Cut Aaron Rodgers.
I mean,
Yeah, you did draft Jordan Love for a reason.
they are moving in a different direction. Matt LaFleur is
No, we're going to
established.
cut Aaron Jones. Yeah, but we got to pay David Bakhtiari, Kenny Clark, Aaron Jones, and Kevin King.
I'd rather
No,
have
yeah,
Aaron
no.
Jones than Aaron Rodgers. We
no.
got our quarterback in the back seat. He's waiting for
We
We
got
got
a running back that's going to be old and
No, yeah, I get why it would just be a bummer because I think
They'll sign
Jamal
Frank
Adams is
Gore.
really good.
Frank
But
Gore
yeah,
will
why would you
still
pay a
play.
running back when you have to pay all those other guys?
Frank Gore will never stop playing. Just sign Frank Gore. Running game solved.
That's actually I was reading a thing talking about Aaron Jones the other day. He said he might be able to stay on the team because of Derrick Henry's new deal, which was not that much money.
I think Derrick Henry got a very fair contract for what he's worth.
I think he did too, and I think that if you're looking at next year's running back market, which I'm trying to find the graphic, is
It's
insane.
insane.
Oh no, I talked about it on my podcast, because I was talking about for the case of Dalvin Cook, next year's running back free agency class, which now lost Derrick Henry, but it's still stupidly stacked.
We talked about it like a month ago.
Right, I
don't know where it's at.
it's
but
stupidly stacked.
Oh yeah. We talked about it, and we all agreed that only a couple of them are probably going to even be in the same spot.
And even then, there's like a few, like a lot of like solid guys who you can get for cheap, but you can still get them, and you can get like 4 or 5 yards per carry.
Yeah.
Like James Conner and Tariq Cohen. Like if I was the Vikings, why would you overpay for Dalvin Cook when you just get James Conner or Tariq Cohen for significantly less and get just as much production?
Right.
Especially then, you can free up room to sign Dak Prescott. So that way you don't have a bum at quarterback.
Kirk Cousins is not a bum.
Okay.
He just can't play in big games.
Well, he can't play more than 1 month.
So,
He can't play in big games.
just for people out listening, some of the high frees and running backs next year: Fournette, Dalvin Cook, Aaron Jones, Joe Mixon, Alvin Kamara, Philip Lindsay, Marlon Mack, Kenyon Drake, Kareem Hunt, Tariq Cohen, and Chris Carson.
That's a lot.
Derrick Henry was also on this list, but
That obviously is
Right.
off the.
And the crazy thing, I could see none of them signing with their original teams.
I think Chris Carson will resign.
I heard that Saints are going to work with Alvin.
Oh, no, I can
Yeah,
see. I
for
can
sure.
see. Here, name off some of the bigger guys.
Leonard Fournette, I can see probably going.
No, he'll leave for sure.
Dalvin Cook has already said he wants money from the thing.
Yeah.
Aaron Jones.
Yeah, he probably won't
we'll
be a
see.
Packer.
Joe Mixon. The Bengals actually are going to have a decent amount of cap next year, so they might.
Yeah,
especially-
Yeah,
think
but the Bengals are kind of saying like they're going to want to use that money elsewhere. So like, why overpay for a running back?
I think Kamara will stay. Philip Lindsay, I'm not sure, especially with the addition of Melvin
I think
Gordon.
it just depends on what Melvin Gordon and him are together.
Marlon Mack, I did see that the Colts are optimistic that they're going to be able to re-sign him.
Which is very strange to me because like I feel like because I was thinking like that's why they drafted Jonathan Taylor so they don't have to pay Marlon Mack. But I mean, if the Colts want to do it, I mean,
Kenyon Drake, which maybe the Cardinals.
It's whatever.
They might be able to get him on a good deal though.
I think the Cardinals will resign him.
yeah, because I don't think his price tag will not be
Unless
that.
Chase
It won't
Edmonds
break.
blows up.
It won't break the bank.
No.
Even
Edmonds blows up in the 2-back system.
That's
Right.
true, but
Todd,
I think they'd still keep him as a backup anyways.
Todd Gurley, which he's on that prove it deal. And,
yeah,
Nah.
Todd Gurley's just not in anymore.
and
Todd's
then
past his
Kareem
prime.
Hunt probably won't stay in Cleveland.
No,
Not with Nick Chubb there.
no.
Tariq Cohen, I almost guarantee he's been gone from the Bears. The Bears like use him less and less every single year.
Right.
Which I just don't get it.
And Chris
Bears-
Carson.
Chris Carson's iffy.
Yeah.
The
I think
Bears
they'll stay.
cannot commit to a running back.
No, they really can't.
They haven't been able to.
They haven't
Matt
committed.
Forte.
I would say since Matt Forte, they have not committed to a guy,
No.
which is fine.
Jeremy Langford, Jordan Howard, Tariq Cohen.
And now David Montgomery is going to be until they draft some guy in a couple years, and David Montgomery. And it's crazy,
Next
and
year
it's
in the
crazy
second
because
round.
it's like the Bears. It's like you nailed it. Like because I remember all those guys. None of them were like terrible by any means.
They all had good seasons on the
Yeah.
Bears. Like, good seasons.
The
They
Bears-
were all like 1,000-yard rushers.
Maybe
all
the Bears just do it right. They're just like, why should we overpay for a running back when we can get another good one? Bears are just proving the whole NFL why you don't need to overpay for a running back unless his name's Christian McCaffrey.
Christian
And they also
McCaffrey's
have a
worth
running
a lot of
quarterback.
money.
technically,
Christian McCaffrey's
so-
worth every dime just because he does so much more than run the football.
Yep.
And Chris McCaffrey got significantly more money than Derrick Henry did.
Which he should because he is the best running back in football.
Yeah, and I like Derrick Henry's deal because then this next class, a lot of these guys in this class aren't going to get a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to get huge contracts.
Right, because they're just like if the rushing king got that much, we're not
50 mil over 4 years.
Yeah.
Which I mean, it's not, again, it's what 12
It's a
mil
lot,
a year.
but
It's
still.
not like an insane break
Right.
the bank kind of amount though.
I think that the running back paydays are just going to decline unless
Yeah.
you are.
Why pay a running back when
Top
you
guy.
get somebody like Taysom Hill?
That's true, which more teams
Right.
are probably opting towards that play all the positions type of guy.
Just get a shorter
Hey.
wide receiver or
Hey, do you guys remember? Do you guys
somebody dumb.
do you guys remember my guy from Kentucky? Do you guys remember his name?
John Stamos.
No.
Lynn Bowden. Just remember the name, Lynn
Lynn
Bowden.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Lynn Bowden. Just remember the name. He is a more athletic Taysom Hill.
That's scary.
Yeah, he's faster. He's not as more. He's not as built as Taysom Hill, but like he's faster. I think he's a little more athletic. He can do. I think he's a better receiver than Taysom Hill. I think he's a better runner than Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill has a better.
Can he block field goals? Can he block punts?
If he needs to.
He cannot do that. He'll be...
Taysom Hill's better than.
You can't explain things without remember.
LOL. Taysom Hill almost single-handedly beat the Vikings in the playoffs. Like literally,
I mean,
the reason the Saints were even in that game was because Taysom Hill made a few big plays. That's like on God. That's the reason. I remember watching the game with one of my Vikings fans. He's like, "How the fuck are we letting Taysom Hill beat us?"
You know what's funny
It
though?
was so funny.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Taysom Hill's new deal makes him paid more than Jameis Winston.
It does. It does.
And Jameis Winston's supposed to be their quarterback of the future.
Maybe.
Maybe.
They
He's
haven't
being
said that
bridged.
Taysom Hill is not, technically.
Well,
But guys,
also technically have
according to Sean
Taysom.
Payton, Taysom Hill's the next Steve Young.
Remember when Taysom Hill was on the Packers?
no.
No.
I don't.
Remember when Kurt Warner was on the Packers?
I do.
I do.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't personally remember it, but I
No,
knew
yeah.
he was on the Packers.
He lost his start. You know who he lost his starting job to? Brett Favre.
Brett Favre.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a camp arm, and then the Rams were just like, all right, we'll take you in. And I don't even remember who the Rams quarterback was. He went down, and
he
the rest is
went.
history.
He went to the Iowa Barnstormers first. for a
Yes,
couple
he went to the
years.
Barnstormers, and then he was a grocery store
Iowa.
clerk.
Yeah.
He was a grocery store clerk, and the Rams were just like, well, let's just take him in. Quarterback got hurt for the Rams.
Yeah.
Kurt Warner comes in, and the rest is history.
I think it's great when NFL players get stories like that, where they're like
Yeah.
a clerk at a fucking convenience store.
Oh, yeah.
The Packers' long snapper last year was delivering pizzas when the Packers called him and said, "Do you want to come play for the Green Bay?"
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He was just like, sure.
A player though that is probably going to have to start working as a grocery store bagger is Antonio Brown.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
he has
did announce his
retired,
retirement.
yeah.
Retired.
Again, he announced his
Again.
retirement. Again, he's a head case. I thought nothing of it, because I'm like, you're a head case, brother. No one was going to sign you anyway.
Back to franchise takes, though. Myles Garrett also signed a big deal.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, 5
Browns.
years, $125 million. He's the highest paid defensive end right now.
Yep.
Which I mean,
Until Nick Bosa rolls around, probably deserves
Well,
it.
heck, honestly, maybe even until Daniel Hunter is due for a contract.
He's
But
another-
yeah, but once Nick Bosa's up, he's going to get a
But
stupid
then
amount
the
of
question
money.
is does Daniil Hunter even get to stay with the Vikings? 'Cause the
No,
Vikings
he
can't
goes somewhere
afford
else,
stuff.
but he gets
I
paid.
don't know.
so Myles Garrett was the third highest rated defensive lineman last year, behind Aaron Donald and T.J. Watt.
But imagine how much better he could have been if he got to play all 16 games.
And
That's
didn't.
true.
Guys,
But-
that's my roommate.
So,
That's roommate's girlfriend.
Hello.
Anyway. Where did Daniel Hunter rank on the list? Just out of curiosity.
He's not in the top 10.
Is that defensive end or just defensive player?
Defensive lineman.
Oh, okay.
It goes
okay.
Aaron Donald, T.J. Watt, Myles Garrett, Joey Bosa, Chandler Jones, or Chris Jones, Chandler Jones, but they got the same, so tied. J.J. Watt, Zadarius Smith, Kenny Clark, Grady Jarrett.
Okay. And that's PFF, right?
Yeah. Two Packers on
Daniil
there.
Daniil Hunter had here. I'll pull up a cute little stat. Just an update here. Looks like Orlando's about to win the group with a 1-1 draw. It looks like it is wild. I never thought they would have been in that position. But anyway, I'm gonna look up a stat here quick with Daniil Hunter since I just brought him up. Shoot, I can't find it. This is embarrassing. Most turnovers caused by pressure. Number 1, Daniil Hunter. Khalil Mack at second. Terrell Suggs at third. Aaron
My boy Terrell Suggs.
T-Sizzle.
T-Sizzle. Ball so hard University. Aaron Donald at fourth and Yannick Ngakoue at fifth. Just a fun fact.
So, I know we were talking rankings a little bit ago, but so Nick Chubb got a 92 in Madden. Nick Chubb was actually the highest graded running back last year, according to PFF.
Yeah.
Nick Chubb is good.
Nick Chubb is good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Good.
Remember when Christian McCaffrey was in the MVP race?
I do. That
He
was that was
third.
fun.
He was the third ranked running back last year. Zeke was the 10th.
Well, like,
Exactly,
Christian
that's what he
McCaffrey was-
deserves to be.
Christian McCaffrey was insane, and then just the Panthers as a team dropped off.
That's fair.
Raheem Mostert was 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah, now he's asking for a trade.
Yeah.
His agent is asking
agent,
for a
sorry.
trade.
He did not.
The reports are coming in that Raheem Mostert doesn't want to leave, but his agent thinks he deserves more money.
Oh, so he's...
Well, yeah, he's actually the least paid running back on his team. Both Tevin Coleman and
That's crazy
other
considering
guys
he's
making
going to
more
be
money
the
than him next
starter.
year.
Jarek McKinnon.
Jared McKinnon,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
He actually, I was reading one thing his agent said. Oh, Raheem Mostert they asked the team for more money. They asked him to get paid the same amount as Tevin Coleman, and he said no.
Really?
Which is stupid because why is Raheem Mostert even paying? Well, obviously he's being paid less than Tevin Coleman because of the deal he signed.
Right.
But he's the best running back on that team.
Yes.
Well, the
agreed.
problem was when they signed both Jerick McKinnon and Tevin Coleman, he was like unheard of. Like he was on the team, he had signed a backup deal, but Raheem Mostert was just quite good. I could have told you that because I watched him in preseason live.
Oh, we might get one preseason game this year.
True, we might get done.
That's true too.
We gotta limit our exposure.
Hopefully we get one though, because
I want at least one.
Yeah, I need to see what they,
Plus, I
Real
like seeing the
practice.
rookies play and all the other
Yeah.
active people play. And
I need
Your
people
third
to
and
get
fourth
jobs.
But the franchise tag deadline's passed. Yannick Ngakoue is the only guy to not sign it. Dak Prescott and Justin Simmons signed their tags but didn't get new deals. Those are probably the two big ones that were in discussions up until the last minute.
So I know Dak obviously didn't get his deal or whatever.
Right.
I remember reading the deal he almost signed was I think 33 to 35 million a year,
Okay.
100 million guaranteed for I think 4 or 5 years, which would put him as one of the top paid
Which
quarterbacks.
just puts him where he wants to
So
be.
I think other than Mahomes, the second is Russell Wilson at 33 million a year.
Russell Wilson is deserving of all that money. and more,
100%.
yeah.
But I think for Dak to turn down a deal that lucrative is
Right.
He said that he was. They were trying to make it like he was trying to work with
yeah,
them on it.
and I know
too.
they were trying to adjust it last second, but they ran
Yeah.
out of time.
Yeah.
If the Cowboys, I think Cowboys offered him a fair offer, is what I'm trying to say.
Right, yeah,
And
yeah.
Dak wanted more. So.
Dak's just, again, is out of his mind.
Dak thinks he's better than he is.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, that's what you kind of got to think if you're.
I
at that level.
understand, but then don't be all shocked and disappointed when they don't want to give you that money.
That's
Right, and 33 million a year. He's making Russell Wilson money. He's not as good as Russell
Yeah,
Wilson.
no.
There is a very significant gap between Wilson
I'd
and
take
Dak.
half of Russell Wilson before I take a Dak.
I'll take Russell Wilson's legs before I take a whole Dak Prescott.
Honestly, or even just one of his arms,
I'll take his throwing arm over Dak.
his baseball throwing arm.
I'll take Dak Prescott I'll take Wilson as a baseball player over Dak.
In a poll conducted by by ESPN with 50 NFL personnel, Dak Prescott was ranked the 9th quarterback going into next year.
See, I don't understand why people are so high on Dak. He hasn't done anything special in my eyes to deserve top 10 quarterback.
At 9, he would be below Carson Wentz, above Matt Stafford.
I think Matthew Stafford's better. I think Wentz is definitely better.
Wentz is definitely better.
Wentz is definitely better.
That's why he's higher than him.
I mean,
I think Kirk Cousins is on the same level as Dak Prescott.
I'd rather
Dak can just
I'd rather
play
have Dak
bigger
than
games.
Kirk.
I think it's close though, in my opinion.
Yeah, but if I was building a team, I would not pick Kirk Cousins over Dak.
I would
Right, but
not
that's
either.
because of Kirk's age and Kirk.
Well, not even his age. I think.
Well, and I'll just be real.
Joke. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay, I have 2 tidbits to say on that. I would take Matt Ryan over Dak Prescott right
Yep.
now. And second thing here, just because you said Kirk Cousins, if Kirk Cousins could win big time games consistently,
Yeah.
he would be a top 10 QB in the NFL, right?
Yeah.
It-
Matt Ryan's not on this top 10 list.
And I think that's disgusting.
But this is NFL personnel ranking.
And I think NFL personnel are stupid.
Do you want to know what the list is?
Sure.
Yes, read the list off for me, please.
Mahomes,
Fair.
Wilson,
Okay.
Rodgers, Watson,
Okay.
Breeze,
Okay.
Jackson, Brady, Wentz, Prescott, Stafford.
See, and that's actually a fair list. I would get rid of Dak.
Yeah, I think
TBH,
it's
I
a
would
fair
get rid of Brady.
Yeah.
Actually, here going into next year, there's no reason he should be bad.
Yeah.
But if we're in terms of if you were to ask me who 2 top 10 QBs are, I wouldn't have Brady or Dak in that list.
No. Otherwise, I like this list.
I'd put Dak and Brady 10 to 15-ish.
I would they would be outside my top 10, but yeah, they'd be my 11 to 15 range, 11 to 13 range, or 14, or they'd be my top 15. But
And otherwise, I really like this list. That's why,
I think that's a solid list.
I mean, the top 6
I would shift some things around, but
I know Jackson's at 6, but I mean only 1 year under his belt. I mean I think that's fine. I think the people above him deserve to be above him.
Right.
Yeah, like Lamar still needs to improve in the throwing game, and I think he will. But he still needs to show that, and Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees are proven guys.
Yeah.
Don't worry, just give it 3 years and we'll have Kyler Murray and Drew Lock.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, that's probably...
And Trevor Lawrence.
And Trevor Lawrence.
But Mahomes will probably still be number 1.
Mahomes will be the best QB in the NFL as long as I'm alive.
QB in the
or as long
NFL
as he's in the
until his deal's up.
And TBH, he'll only be 32 when his contract's up.
Which is how Matt Stafford is.
That's how Matt Stafford is. And if we're talking about that's like the prime...
No, actually, he'll be 37 when his contract's up.
Who,
Mahomes, because he's got 2 years left on his rookie and then 10 years. And he's 25 now, so it'd be 12 years, so it's 37.
Wait, he has a 12-year deal?
Well, it's a 10-year extension on his 2-year rookie. He's 2 years left on his rookie deal.
Yeah.
It's not actually a 10-year. It's a 10-year extension.
So he's still getting paid cheap next year.
For the next 2 years. That's kind of how they paid Chris Jones.
So you won't be Patrick Mahomes won't be making big money for another couple of years.
No, it'll be the
That saves
2023. It'll be the 2023 season where he's gonna make fucking $50 million.
Okay.
That's how they did it, so that they could sign him, because they don't have the cap to sign him.
And then that kind of also expands Casey's window because you get 2 years of cheap Mahomes where you can still pay your other guys.
Yeah.
And you get a little bit longer before Mahomes is
Make just
a good chunk of your salary.
the only thing that the Chiefs really need to do is just make sure you get Tyreek Hill back. You gotta make sure you get Tyreek Hill back.
Yeah.
I'm okay with paying wide receivers, and it just depends on the situation.
They have to bring something next level.
Tyreek Hill, like, you can find a lot of... Because Patrick Mahomes is great. We can all agree on that.
Yeah.
If you can find any good receiver that can create separation, has speed, and can run a good route, and can get open, Patrick Mahomes will find him.
What?
Tyreek Hill is a game-changing wide receiver. He is the perfect fit for Patrick Mahomes, and he literally changes the way defense is played. You have to bring back Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Listen, guys like Sammy Watkins and Miko Hardman, you can find a bunch of them. You can't find a lot of Tyreek Hills out there.
I think the Chiefs starting wide receivers, if they can keep Tyreek Hill, I think the Chiefs will still have McCole Hardman, and they'll still have Robinson.
I forgot about Duncan Robinson.
I think it's
DeMarcus. I knew it started with a D.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Duncan Robinson's a basketball player.
All three of them are so fast.
Oh yeah, they're ridiculous.
Like fast. Like that's why I call them the wide receivers that all have 99 speed.
Legion of Zoom.
Plus, you can always go out and get a mid-level veteran for pretty cheap every year.
Right, exactly.
You can go out and get like a Randall Cobb or somebody like that where they're definitely not the best on the team, but they're a good number 2 or number 3 option.
Yeah. Agreed. And like I said, when you have a guy like Mahomes,
it doesn't really matter.
if you're open, he'll find you, or if you're not open, he'll put the ball where you can catch it.
But yeah. So the NFL announced that they were gonna kind of look into a thing with Oakley on a mouth shield.
Yeah, as a potential COVID
stuff. Yeah.
Which the science behind it, I don't know if you guys looked at it. It's actually really, really cool. Like,
I have not. Can you explain it to us, Brendan? Because I have not heard it. So you have caught my attention.
They found a way to still make it like relatively breathable.
Yeah.
By basically taking I think it's 5 layers with holes in it and adjusting the holes.
Really? I saw like a picture of it and I didn't really know like what it...
Yeah, I went into the stats and they basically took it and they sprayed water through it, and the amount of water that got through it was none. Like they took a hose to this thing and no water got through. But they wore it and they were still able to breathe. Which, I mean...
Off topic. I'm not laughing at... By the way, I was listening to what you were saying. Ethan is drunk. He's in the I Love the Boys speech.
Again?
I love it so much.
Love you too, buddy.
Again? That's the second time this week.
It's his 21st birthday.
Celebrating. TBH, guys, I'm probably going to send you guys I Love the Boys speech when I'm on my 21st.
Speaking of the NFL and COVID, they kind of released a plan today that I was reading. At the start of when they all get together, they are going to do daily COVID tests on every player and personnel. When they get to a certain point, I believe I think it's either midway through the season or a couple games in, like week 4. If their COVID tests are below 5% positive, they're going to switch to an every other day test. Otherwise, they haven't really come out with the full-on solid COVID plan. Here
Yeah,
Right.
NFL players are outraged, and I can understand why.
They did say today that we might not get any preseason games,
They did.
which, I mean, that might help pushing, because then your first game would be in September.
Which is honestly, what that tells me is that camps won't start on time, even though they want to say that they will. Because like you said, that just gives them an opportunity to push it back,
Right.
while still kind of keeping the time frame of the regular season.
I
Because I think the NFL will do anything in the preseason and camp. They just don't want to delay regular season. They will do
Right.
anything to not delay regular season.
and I think that's what the players want too.
Yeah, agreed.
I know they want a concrete plan, and the Player Association doesn't want to play preseason.
Right, but you also got to think the player association is the veteran players.
Yeah,
Who
it's,
don't need
it's
it.
not it's not your third and fourth string and
Right,
rookies.
who are fighting for a job.
Well,
Yeah.
right. I mean, yeah, it's tough. I mean, that's just where coaching and scouting is going to be really important, because it's just you're going to have to judge who's good enough to be on an NFL roster through camp and against your guys. I mean, college players do it, but it's a whole different animal there, because you can just redshirt guys. You can't redshirt people in the NFL.
I'm going to say this to all of you, potentially cusp of NFL players that are listening. We probably have a lot. Biggest thing is, no matter what happens after this year, keep yourself active and don't be afraid to shoot again next year. Things are just weird this year, and we can't help it.
We can't.
So
You are good.
one other aspect of the whole COVID situation is certain teams are going to opt out of having fans. I know as of right now the NFL is still allowing fans, but teams are either going to have no fans, like the Jets and Giants announced, and the Eagles, which that whole area is kind of a hot spot, so that might make sense.
Especially just big markets, especially like New York, where you get so much I mean,
Yeah.
not so much now, but that's just a hot spot of tourist
Right.
attraction. So many international people coming in.
Otherwise, a lot of teams have proposed either only doing 20, 30, 40% capacity. I think it's going to kind of depend. I think the NFL is going to allow fans, but it's kind of going to depend on where the team is located. You look
Yeah.
at those northeastern teams, or 3 teams in Florida. Florida's probably one of the worst hotspots right now for it.
Yeah.
Arizona, Texas, I
Right.
can see a lot of those teams not having fans.
Yeah.
But I know I was reading Green Bay's plan. They're planning to do about 40% capacity. Green Bay, Wisconsin is not a very big place.
Right.
It's about the same size as Sioux City. If you local people are kind of curious how big Green Bay,
Right.
Wisconsin is.
I'm actually, fun fact, I actually looked this up too. Sioux Falls has a bigger population than Green Bay.
They actually almost double. Green Bay's population is only 88,000.
Jeez.
And Sioux Falls is 200,000. So Green Bay is
That's
not
more
a
than
very,
double.
Yeah, it's more than double. And Green Bay it's in Wisconsin, so it's not in a huge hotspot. There's not a lot of COVID cases going really bad in
Right.
Wisconsin right now. So they have a little more opportunity to host
Yeah.
fans especially compared to teams in big cities.
Right. And they're still 2 hours away from Milwaukee, which, I mean, I don't know, Milwaukee, I haven't heard much Milwaukee.
They're not doing bad.
But that's their biggest market. So it's like
Yeah.
if you wanted to avoid being around a big city, man,
And,
kudos to Green Bay for just being in a no-name city.
Yeah, and I was reading over the thing, and a lot of those spots are going to go to their second season ticket holders. And what their plan is if season ticket holders can opt out of this next season and then either get their full refund back for the season tickets, or then just be transferred for next year. So
Makes sense.
I know that's what Baltimore's doing.
yeah, I know Baltimore released their plan too just recently for, I think they're doing 20 or 30% capacity.
Yeah. That's what most of the Northeast is doing. If they're
Yeah.
having fans, 20 to 30.
And I don't know. I don't know the whole difference between it being an indoor versus an outdoor stadium. I know there's
Right.
been studies recently about air droplets trapped into the air and stuff. I know Green Bay's an outdoor. Is Baltimore an outdoor stadium too?
What's outdoor stadium?
Is the Ravens stadium outdoor?
Yeah, that's outdoors.
Yeah, I think an outdoor stadium would help.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
My question for you guys is though, so these teams that have fans, they have an advantage to these teams that can't have fans What handicap are you going to put so that's equal or closer to equal if
I
you're
think
playing
right.
at home?
I think right now the NFL's not going to do a handicap, but I think there is going to be a difference. There are some stadiums you go to, it is loud. It is hard to play in.
Right.
You think Seattle, KC, I know Denver gets loud, Green Bay gets loud, New Orleans, the Superdome gets super loud. You get these. There really is a home field advantage in the NFL with fans.
Oh, it's a real thing.
And you get to. It's going to be hard for some teams, I think, at home because you're playing in an empty stadium. It's
Right, it's going to be
You
quiet.
lose that it factor.
Yeah.
NFL is this because everyone like home field advantage. Doesn't matter as much in baseball. Doesn't matter as much in basketball or hockey or whatever. Football, it's probably the most important sport where you have fans. Like home field advantage. That is the most important sport for it.
And all the places that do open are going to do social distancing, mask required.
Yeah.
All that fun stuff. I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to affect ticket sales.
Mm-hmm.
I think tickets are going to be higher priced this next year.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
because it's going to be hard to get to an NFL game. And
Yeah.
then I know the Green Bay has a lot of season ticket holders. I know a lot, and other NFL teams do. I think a lot of those people are going to get those seats. So if you're really hoping on going to an NFL game this next year,
Be a season ticket holder.
Yeah,
sorry
no,
to burst the bubble, but
me and my roommate who's an Eagles fan, the Rams play the Eagles this year. We were supposed to go to Philly this year, but they announced they're not taking fans, so that kind of that slapped our plans.
4 or
in the
5
face.
years down the line, maybe.
Well, hey, Rams are in U.S. Bank next year, so hopefully people get their crap together by then.
yeah, I had a plan to go to a Packers game this year too, which I'm not really even sure if I'm going to. I might get to go if they host fans, but
Right.
Same with the Broncos,
if the
but I
tickets
don't
are
know if I want to
expensive.
risk it.
Don't worry, I wasn't going to go to Patriots game.
Yeah, I didn't think you were. They're going to suck. It would have been cheaper tickets, though.
Yeah. The key is to pick when they're playing a bad opponent. That's why I was going to go Packers Jacksonville because they're going to have no Jacksonville fans there, and Jacksonville's going to suck from the cheap
Right.
tickets.
I think I wanted to go to the Patriots-Broncos game.
That
Just
might-
because you finally get to see the Broncos win.
No,
Yeah,
Jarrett Jesus Stidham rolls up.
Cam Newton, I love Cam Newton's attitude.
I don't know when. It's going to be a while because I'm sure ticket sales for SoFi Stadium will be ridiculous. But I will make it. I will make it to that new Rams stadium. I will make it someday.
So while the NFL is trying to put a plan together to come back, another sport is ready to come back. Baseball starts Thursday.
It does.
This Thursday.
This Thursday.
This
which-
Thursday.
Holy guacamole.
This episode will be out by the time
Yes.
MLB starts.
It's crazy.
So got baseball.
Crazy.
Finally, some sports to watch.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean? There's been sports to watch.
That's true. There has been for the past month and a half.
Well, yeah, you got you can watch WWE or that one basketball tournament. but-
Literally any soccer, Korean baseball, UFC
We're about
every
to-
single
We're about to get some
Saturday,
really good sports back.
UFC,
We said soccer.
soccer.
Ben, you can't say we're going to get
Bundesliga?
really good sports
Bundesliga,
back. It's like the only
Premier
sport you
League's been
like
back.
is
Yeah.
football.
Syria,
No, NBA's
MLS
come
has
back
been
soon,
good.
Yeah, hasn't been bad.
No, it's been good.
Softball, probably.
Ooh.
Softball, probably.
The American Cornhole League.
Worst case
Yeah.
scenario,
The
now
Ocho.
the Michael Jordan story is on Netflix.
It is.
That's true.
I mean, I've already watched it, but still, if you haven't watched it, just go watch it. It's
Yeah.
But some of the first two games are these two games down here the first two games of the season? Then?
Yep, they're the season openers Thursday.
Yeah. So the season openers are going to be Yankees Nationals and Giants versus Dodgers.
Yeah.
Do you guys want to do our pick'ems for them?
Yeah, let's pick them.
Yeah. I'll start then. Why
Okay.
not? I got some pretty good scores here.
Alrighty.
I picked Yankees to win the first one. I picked them to win 10-3.
Smart move.
I know that seems like a high score. The only baseball I've watched so far this year has been high scored. So
Right.
fingers crossed. And then the Giants-Dodgers game, everybody else picked the Dodgers. The Dodgers are probably going to win. But I said YOLO and picked the Giants 4-3.
I like it.
Nice.
So, with the Yankees Nationals games, obviously, like Natitude's coming back from, winning the championship.
Again, you're welcome, Washington, for that World Series. You're welcome for that.
Thanks.
I am the reason. I am the reason they won the World Series.
True, because you bought the.
I
Washington
bought the Nationals hat before the playoffs started. Won the World Series.
Yep.
And every single time I wore it, they won their game. So I actually strategically wore my Nationals hat in Game 6 and 7.
Yep. But I just think about last year during the regular season,
the Yankees were. Did they get first or second in total number of home runs?
They finished second because Bomba Squad, the Twins,
Minnesota.
the Twins actually now have the most home runs in a single season.
The only Minnesota team that I like.
Fair.
The only sport I don't watch.
Well, I thought you liked the Loons.
Yeah, but I like Seattle too. Seattle's good.
Seattle is good.
I'm gonna assume that they're just gonna pick right off where they started, and I think the Yankees are gonna go 8-4.
Nice.
And then for the Giants-Dodgers game, I haven't heard much about the Giants being much of anything.
They're
lately.
gonna be bad this year.
Not since they won the championship like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, they're gonna have no pitching.
So Dodgers been pretty damn good.
They're gonna be good. They're gonna be
So I have the Dodgers winning 7-2.
Nice. For me, I had the Yankees winning the first one 6-2 because if you've been watching the summer camp games or keeping up with those, the Yankees have been killing it. Granted, they played the Mets.
No, Mets are gonna be good this year.
Yeah, but the Mets weren't doing too good. They didn't even have their starters like their.
Okay, that's fair.
Aaron Judge and Stanton and all those people, they were all playing for the Yankees. And so, Judge had 2 homers in his last camp game, so he is also going to have 2 homers in this game. Stanton's going to have 2 homers, and the other 2 are just going to be kind of split around. Montgomery's been pitching amazing in this, against the Mets. Granted, it's not their starters that they're pitching against, so you never know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so 6-2 for the Yankees. And then the next one, I think that is going to start out. Giants are going to surprise people, go up 2-0. And then in the 8th and 9th inning, the Dodgers are going to come back to pick up the victory.
Yeah. I have Yankees winning 4-2. It's going to be a really good pitching matchup to start out. Garrett Cole and Max Scherzer. So to me, it comes down to who has the better bats, and that goes to the Yankees. First game, so it's probably not going to be a whole lot of action. I think pitchers will dominate early in this game. But I just have the Yankees because I just think they have the better bats. Nothing really crazy about it. But I think that Max Scherzer will keep the score down enough to where the Nats can try and get back in it. The Nats won't have Ryan Zimmerman, who's one of their better consistent bats. So I think that Yankees win 4-2. Dodgers are in midseason form already. They have been scoring a lot of runs in this little summer camp or whatever. Dodgers I have winning 8-3. They're gonna beat up on the Giants. I think the Dodgers will get a few pity runs because, like I said, it's early in the year. You're gonna give up some hits just because it's first game of the year.
Gotta keep it entertaining.
Gotta keep it entertaining. But Dodgers 8-3. They're gonna, and that's not even gonna be their. Like they could easily score more in that game.
Nice. So, you should tweet us your scores, and if you get one of the scores right, we'll send you a pennant for your favorite MLB team.
Ooh.
Okay.
At SighSquadPod.
Plus SighSquad Pod merch.
Blinking. Yeah. Okay. Moving on here, franchise mode.
Ooh.
After 3 weeks off of franchise mode,
We're back.
we're back with franchise mode, and I got the Patriots. So, we got Cam Newton, right?
I love that.
So, last year, you gotta look back. They went 12-4, lost round 1 of the playoffs to Tennessee, right?
Yeah. Got run over.
So, who'd they lose since then? They lost their
Brady.
quarterback, Tommy Tom.
They did lose the go.
They lost a retired Rob Gronkowski. They lost Kyle Van Noy,
Yep.
Jamie Collins, and Danny Shelton.
Yeah.
That's going to do a lot for you. But have no fear. Super Cam's here.
Hey,
Cam is gonna
Super Cam's here.
Ball out for parts of the season. I want them to sign Joe Thuney to a long-term deal. He's probably the best player that they have that they need to sign.
Yeah. He's a good offensive lineman.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't give him a deal this year, actually.
I know. Why didn't they just pay it? Because the Patriots don't pay people. But if you're going to pay people, pay Joe Thuney. He will save you. If he can go one-on-one with Aaron Donald.
Actually, I do have an argument to that.
Oh, you do?
They're probably going to wait to pay Joe Thuney next year because they're going to have $80 million in cap space instead of 5
That's fair.
or 15 actually.
They have 15. But yeah. So I also want you guys to sign a veteran receiver to go with Cam. Not that you don't have decent receivers, Edelman.
Did they have Edelman?
Marquise
Oh,
Lee.
what's that guy that you like?
Jacoby
Myers.
Jacoby Myers will ball out
N'Keal Harry.
if
N'Keal
Jarrett
Harry.
Stidham starts.
Yeah, but he is a big question mark just because of injuries last
But
year.
Sign a
But
veteran.
ever since he started
Y'all sleep on
actual
Mohamed
games
Sanu.
in the NFL, N'Keal Harry stayed healthy.
That's true.
And
He wasn't
N'Keal
great,
Harry
though.
worked out with Cam already.
That's true.
I'm a little worried about Edelman just from not playing with Tom Brady, who he's played
Right.
through his whole career. That Tom Brady-Edelman connection was certainly special,
Yeah.
and you're going to lose that with Cam Newton.
Plus,
But
Edelman had a rough offseason. He went to jail. He
yeah, it's been a long road for
got hurt.
Edelman.
Yeah.
I'm surprised he didn't go
Give
to the
up?
Bucs, honestly.
Yeah. I don't know. But sign a veteran receiver, Demaryius Thomas, Taylor Gabriel, Tavon Austin, Paul Richardson, Josh Gordon's still out there. You know, if he can get unsuspended somehow again.
I'd take a Taylor Gabriel.
But just sign a guy, just get you through the year with Cam. It's not like you're going to keep him long term. It's just the Cam year is what we're calling it. So what's happening? Well, we're going to barely miss the playoffs. Be second or third in the East. I see you losing to definitely the Bills, maybe the Jets, maybe. We'll see how the season goes. 7-9, not bad.
They always find a way to lose.
Better
to
than
Miami.
expected. So you won't get Trevor, sadly. But you could get a Justin Fields or Jamie Newman. Or you could really just get, like, the quarterbacks next year are going to be available, as we were talking about earlier. You could go for one of them, but draft your future. I think you probably won't get a Justin Fields
Probably not.
because he's top tier.
Jamie Newman's probably the most likely candidate.
Newman's
you could get.
easily going to be available for you guys there at 7-9. So, especially if there's not a season this year,
Who were you saying
Unlock
earlier that's
potential.
probably going to win the Heisman?
Jamie Newman.
Jamie Newman.
If he wins the Heisman, there's no way in hell.
Yeah, Heisman curse.
There's not going to be a team, though. There's not going to be a season. We're okay.
That's true.
We're okay. Nobody's going to know who he is. Did you know who he is?
Yeah.
What team does he play for?
Utah. I don't know. Washington?
Georgia now, I
Georgia.
think.
He went to Wake Forest, transferred to University of Georgia.
Yeah, see? Mine.
So he's taking who?
I knew
Jake
of
Fromm.
him. I didn't
Georgia's
know.
quarterback
I
last
do.
year.
He's taking over for Jake Fromm.
He's decent, though.
And I think he's better than Jake Fromm.
But yeah, so 7-9, missed the playoffs. Next year, this is kind of just a get through it year. Bill Belichick's going to prove that he can do decent without Brady. Brady's maybe going to prove the same. We'll find out.
Honestly, that's the reason why I think they shouldn't have signed Cam Newton. I think that you should go for broke and get a high draft pick, or signing Cam Newton going 8-8 is not a good situation. Whether you get a mid-round draft pick, they should just stick with Stidham and they got a high round.
They wanted to get Cam Newton so they would get a lower draft pick. Because if they got Jarrett Stidham, they would go 16-0.
Stop.
Oh, Jared Stidham's not going to make it past next season. He's going to be cut. Oh, that's the other thing. Then we're going to sign Mitch
He
Trubisky.
makes more than Cam makes.
That's true.
But they also showed they don't believe in him by signing him.
Exactly.
They wanted to
And
develop
Brian
a little
Hoyer
bit more.
signing him back. I thought he was the backup the minute that Brian Hoyer got signed.
No.
Yeah, I thought Brian Horner was going to start the season. too.
Yeah. But then they signed Cam. So that's great.
Jarrett Jesus Stidham.
Any questions, Brendan, since it's your team?
Can't wait till he gets cut by the Pats.
See, no, here's what's gonna happen, right? Cam's gonna go we'll say Duncan's prediction is true. So
So
you're
you're not-
sitting probably pick 20, or I guess no, you wouldn't do it in the 20s.
7,
15.
9, yeah, probably 15, 16, middle of the
Probably 17.
pack. Yeah.
I would see a 17 there.
Okay, that's fine.
And with that, everybody's gonna be like, here he comes, Jamie Newman. Here comes Jamie Newman. The Patriots have traded out of the first round. So what's going to happen?
It's the
They're
Patriot
not
way.
going to draft a quarterback because
the
they
Patriot
have
way.
Jarrett Stidham. They don't
Stop.
need anybody else.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Boomer.
They don't need anybody
Whose turn is
else.
it this week?
So whose turn is it this week? I don't know.
I think I'm next.
You're next?
I believe so.
Alright.
Come on. Not the Bears. Not the Rams.
Who would you like, Ben?
Who's left?
The Titans, the Redskins, the Vikings, the Rams, the Jets, the Raiders, the Chargers, the
Jets would be
Steelers,
fun.
the Colts, the Bills, and the Bears.
I want the Bills, the Colts, or the Jets.
Bills,
Oh,
Colts,
here's a
and the
fun Cam Newton stat for all you stat lovers.
I
In his
love it.
last 8 starts, as a last full 8 starts as starter, he went 0-8 through 9 touchdowns and 10 interceptions.
I hate it.
Told you. Cam Newton was a science that would get a better draft pick.
Well, no, but I also think he'll be in a
Well,
better
yes.
situation with the Patriots. And
I
to
think he will,
to be
too.
fair, if we look at how spread out, because like he was hurt a lot, so it's like you look at those 8 starts that could have been spread out through like the last 2 years.
I think it was 2 starts in 2018, and the rest of them were last end of
That's
2017.
such a bummer, though. Like that's such a bummer.
Especially when he was an MVP at one point.
You know who tweeted that out too? TJ Lang, the old Packers guy,
I love that.
who's on the.
TJ Lang was on the Pat McAfee the other day.
Yeah, TJ Lang's
guy.
actually one of the new senior members on the players committee. He's like one of the top people now.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good for TJ.
All right.
Oh, he's retired now. Good for him though.
Good for TJ. Don't
Here
get the
we
Bears.
go.
I
Here
want
we
the
go.
Bears. I want the Bears so
Oh boy,
bad.
oh boy, oh
I
boy,
want
oh
the
boy,
Bears
Jets,
oh
the
boy,
Colts,
oh boy,
man.
oh boy, oh boy.
Stop. Get the Vikings. Get the Vikings.
Wow.
God damn it.
Then you
Thank God
still
it's
get to
right.
blow up a team.
What's
Excellent.
he gonna do?
I'm
Excellent.
Blow up a
What's he
team,
gonna
man.
do?
They're gonna trade for Aaron Rodgers.
Well, no. Not gonna trade
Dude,
Aaron
that'd
Rodgers.
make the Vikings 10 times better. We can't
They're
have
gonna trade
that.
for
Well,
Jared
yeah.
Aaron Rodgers for a first round.
We're gonna
pick
trade.
this
We're gonna
year.
trade Jordan
But then they're
Love to the
also gonna
Vikings.
trade-
But they are going to sign a different NFC North quarterback next year.
Oh, I know who it is.
Is Mitch Trubisky?
Yes!
No, probably
Yuck.
Matt Stafford though, maybe.
I think Matt Stafford's too loyal to go to the Vikings.
Yeah,
I
I
think
can see it.
I think he'll go out of the division.
Plus, he
Just
probably will
for
go.
respect.
He'll probably want to go somewhere where he can win too.
Yeah,
I win now.
Yeah,
that's
which
true.
the Vikings next year probably aren't going to be in the win now.
Nah.
No, probably not.
No,
Nah, they'll be no.
they kind
Yeah,
of
'cause they're
passed
gonna
that.
be broke from paying Dalvin Cook.
They-
Oh, they better not.
No, they
Well-
probably will.
Anything
probably
else
will.
today?
No, I think this is a pretty good episode all around.
Perfect.
This was a good episode.
I like being back. I like being back.
I was gonna
I
say
do too.
the vibes are good.
Yeah.
This episode has passed the vibe check.
Sure. Vibes are good.
Vibes are good.
Vibes are good.
Brendan, what you got to say?
Say vibes are good.
Vibes are vibes.
Oh.
Okay.
Vibes are neutral.
I was. I just
They're
wanna, like,
sentient beings that possess our minds.
Well, with that being said, that's everything for the SighSquad podcast today. I'm Duncan.
I'm Noah.
I'm Ben.
And I'm neutral vibes. We'll see you next week.